Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up. And it's going to be shit hits the fan. Now, it's going to be nationwide, probably worldwide. But it's not going to happen every place. And this is what I want to talk about. If it's happening in your place, there's going to be things you're going to have to deal with. And I don't want to go into what this shit at the fan thing is going to be. And the reason is it's still going to be covering a lot of different things. And I'm thinking it's going to start in one place and it's going to continue something else. Normally when bad things happen, it's all set up. And then when one falls, and then it's like domino, just more things start coming. In life, if you prepare, then you see these bad things happening in your life, and then you get it cut off before the whole domino effect happens. But there's some things that are just out of our control. That's why it's called shit hits the fan. And first thing, you need to be aware. I've made videos talking about all of this. Now, I haven't went into detail on it because I'd get cut off of YouTube. There's a lot of things that would be cut off. That's why I don't get into a lot of detail on them. So you have to read between the lines on a lot of this stuff. But I can tell you who these threats are going to be. And they're going to be people you know. They're going to be friends, even family members. Now, if you were lucky enough to get the full teaching of American history, you would know that during the Civil War, they had brother against brother. This is something you need to keep in mind. Now, will it get to Civil War type? I'm not sure of. That's the part that's going to have to be dealt with as it's dealt out to us. Now, these threats are going to be, and you have to understand this part. This is very important. The threats are going to be snowflakes. What are snowflakes? They're communist, they're socialist, progressives, New World Order. This type of thinking. Anybody that thinks they know what's best for you is a snowflake. Our government is set up, as you hear me talk about all the time, through the Constitution. In the United States, Americans are strong individuals. Strong individuals mean you have to take personal responsibility. You hear me talk about personal responsibility and morals. And when you have, if you don't have one, you're not going to have the other. Personal responsibility is a moral responsibility you have. You know people that don't take moral responsibility. They don't take personal responsibility. And that's when shit hits the fan is even worse towards those people. And then when that happens, they expect people like us that do take personal responsibility and do have morals, they expect us to change to benefit them. That's where the problem's going to be. Good, morally strong individuals, you hear me talk about in the United States, God is number one. Number two is we the people. Then the Constitution. If you don't see that, you're probably one of the snowflakes. And if you don't live it, you're probably one of the snowflakes. And if you expect me not to do God, we the people, and the Constitution, then you definitely are one of the snowflakes. Now, when I leave the country, I don't have we the people, I don't have the Constitution for a support system. That's where the God part comes in. Now, I've got videos talking about your moral responsibility, your responsibility as an American citizen, as a true American. I talk about all this stuff. This is when all this stuff, what we're coming to is the point where all that is going to show up. Are you talk, or are you a true American? That's all going to come up here real shortly. We have allowed, as you know, really true Americans are the majority of Americans. Now, what's happened, you can see in Europe, they've allowed immigrants to come in, and these immigrants are not wanting to be citizens of the country that they've immigrated to. They got all kinds of excuses coming to this, whatever country they go to, but one thing they have is not, they don't have, is the desire to become that kind of a citizen of the country that they've gone to. They want to make changes to that country. This is the shit hit the fan kind of stuff that we're going to have to deal with. Even though we are the silent majority in America, the true Americans, we're going to be asked to do things. And when I say asked, you may not personally be asked to it, but you're going to know your morals, your that American attitude is going to tell you you're going to have to do things. And that doesn't mean you have to be pleasant. Not all things are pleasant. I say going into the Marines, I was in the Marines, they told me, you don't have to take immoral orders. And in other words, when you take an immoral order or you do an immoral act, you're doing it on your own. Now, it was very confusing in war. What is an immoral act? Because before going to war, I thought I knew what good morals were. But you put your morals to the test. And I was really fortunate to be in the Marines, and I lost all my morals in the acts that I was doing, I thought. But now as I'm older, I'm wiser, I look back on this stuff, even though at the time it looked like it was immoral acts. You know, when you're doing war stuff, it's tough. But as I get older and wiser, I realize I did really well. I'm really shocked how well I did. And it was hard to deal with. I mean, it's hard to live with yourself until you figure out how all this stuff works. This is what I'm talking about on this video. Be observant. Watch people. Watch people with strong morals. Question them. I told all the people in all my three-man militias, I've told them, when you see me do something, say something, or react to something a certain way, and it doesn't seem moral, you need to say something to me. This is how you're going to learn your morals. This is how your morals are going to get stronger. And it's not easy. And like I say, we're coming to the point where people like me, you're going to have to watch them. And like I even told my people, I will even make mistakes. You still make mistakes. But this is what God is for. This is why we have a Christian God. Christian-based type of God. So, we are forgiven to a point. You pass a point, you are not a God-fearing person. But you may think you're doing some ungodly acts, but you're really not. When you consider the snowflakes that are attacking us. Man, I really don't even know how to say all this stuff. I've prepared financially, I've saved, spiritually, I pray a lot, I try to better myself and make my morals stronger by putting them to the test. As an American citizen, I've tried to be what I thought was an American, a true American should be. That's why I'm saying a lot of this stuff is observing others. And when you see something that is wrong and you have morals, you probably are seeing something that's wrong. Like this political correct stuff. That's wrong. And we knew it's wrong. The immigration, bringing people in that don't want to become Americans. You see it and you say, well, it's wrong. You're right. It is wrong. And but through the political correctness, they keep us quiet, so we can't say things. We can't do anything. They make laws that are immoral, unconstitutional. And these are the ways that they've done, and they've been doing it for so long, that the younger people accept this stuff. But it's still immoral, it's still unconstitutional, it's still wrong. And we need to be strong enough to stand and do what we have to do. And we will bear witness to things happening. And we're going to have to make decisions. And we will be doing things also. There's going to be people that we can't run all the evil that we have going on in the United States. We can't run them all through the basic court system like we have, because a lot of the acts, remember, our court system isn't all that great either. It doesn't take in consideration morals, and so and you can see it doesn't take in consideration unconstitutional and treasonous acts. You would think there'd be more people going through treason than what there is, and at different levels. But I say these are things that we need to prepare, because it has come to a head, and something is going to happen. And these snowflakes are going to be going crazy. They're going to be doing things. Maybe in your area, if you're like me, I'm out in the country. It's going to be a little bit difficult for snowflakes to do much out here, but in the city you're going to have problems you're going to have to deal with. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. But just stay focused and strengthen up everything that needs to be strengthened. Prepare everything that needs to be prepared for. We're getting ready to test what we're made of, our Constitution inside of us. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.